Good Wednesday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboy. His TV is on today. He can see himself.
Boy, that's a great sight.
And, of course, go Mustangs! He's got his SMU Mustang shirts on.
Or is it Dobson?
Some of us will argue it's Dobson Mustangs. Dale Hellestrae's here, everybody.
Dobson's blue, though, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're blue and gray.
Okay,
Yeah.
boring. Boring. Good morning, Steven. It's sunny out. Does that mean
Is
that
it?
Steve's got a sunshiny personality going today?
You know what? I wook up this morning, Dale, and I was all happy. I was all excited.
Uh-oh.
I was like, let's get this day going. I'm all stoked.
And your feet hit the ground.
Rewatched some. No. Everything was good. I watched some game film. Just to reiterate, I have some talking points with a certain head coach that joins us once a week and everything. And I was like, man, I stayed up a little bit late last night finishing the game film and everything. And then this morning, I get a text.
Oh, no.
And the text is, first of all, let's just say it. Congratulations. The text is, Scottsdale Christian's Mike Sheehan named Arizona Cardinals High School Football Coach of the Week. Of course, for his team's win over previously unbeaten, Phoenix Christian, and ranked number 2 at the time.
I can't wait to talk to him today.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm looking forward to it all the way in.
Yeah, me too. I stayed up late last night, everything.
Yeah?
Yep. Folks, we've been big time.
Really?
Somebody wins the Arizona Cardinals High School Football Coach of the Year, and he texts me and says, I can't come in today.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, big time, folks.
Yeah, I never thought that would affect Mike Sheehan.
You know what? Winning has gotten to his head.
Do it. I don't even recognize him.
I know. It's just like when I see him on Friday night, if I go to Camp Verde, I'm just going to be like, "Where's the head coach at?" Who's
he even show up?
Who's the big inflatable head on the field out there floating around?
Does he even show up on Fridays? Just mail it in.
Exactly.
Jeez, I'm not. Now that I'm getting texts from him and saying, "Hey, tell Troy to back off of my quarterback." And,
yeah, Caleb.
Yeah,
Troy's taking some heat for going after Caleb, man.
I was watching. I couldn't hear it, but I said I don't think Troy likes the color of his pinky.
Yeah, Troy has valid points. He's not saying anything inappropriate or anything to that front. But Troy's taking a lot of heat. He was criticizing his game management side of stuff. Yeah, look at the britches on that Mike Sheehan now.
Yeah.
He's a nobody without us here. Now he's big time in us, Dale.
I did not realize he was Coach of the Week.
They just announced it this morning.
And now it all comes together.
Dom Dickerson, number 1 for SCA. They do a player vote. And usually this time of year, the 5A, 6A kids are winning it. Dickerson was leading by like 4,000 votes from the Arizona Central, Richard Opert's poll that they do. He was winning. What a game for him. But in all seriousness, they're on break this week. Mike's wife surprised him with the trip this morning, so he's going to join us tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Not today, Dale.
Well, maybe I'll join and maybe I won't.
You know what? Maybe I'll be asleep because I stayed up late last night.
And maybe Mike can just come on himself.
We'll just let him be on the screen.
Wow.
I did. I texted him back, and I go, hey, congrats! I just saw it, whatever. And then he goes, he was like, hey, man, his wife surprised him on a trip on break, and you can't get in the way of the wife, obviously.
No.
He did offer to come on while they were driving, and I was like, what about tomorrow?
Yeah.
Of course, we get Lou tomorrow, so guest pack show tomorrow as well. But and I go, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna give you crap. Just don't get upset about it.
Oh, it's in that it just lines up perfectly. Oh, you're Coach of the Week, and now then you can't join our little show.
Somebody else texted me it, and then he texted me saying that he's got to go. He's going up north with his family. And then he texted me it afterwards and goes, on another note, this is kind of exciting. And I was like, yeah. So if I showed you my text right now, somebody else texted me that.
Yeah.
And then Robert saw it, of course. So a lot of accolades there for Coach Sheehan. And in all seriousness, he'll be joining us tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Now, I wonder how many people watching this are going to be like, oh, that guy is a jerk.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Because
come on. He's gonna become. He's gonna start Belichicking.
I didn't say this, man. I'm standing on the field afterwards and everything, and he's like, he literally looks at me and goes, "Hey, hang out for a minute. Let me take care of some of these other things first." Just blew me off on the field and everything. A media member, ready to ask questions and all that stuff, and he just blew me off and walked.
You were on the field. You were saying, "Hey."
I was actually about to walk off, and he goes, "Hey, hold on a second." I was like, "Oh."
You said you probably were saying, "Hey, my hat's old, my shirt's old. Hey, come on, Mike."
Yeah, I like the new ones this year. I do. They're like gray, and it just says Eagles on it. I like them a lot. Yeah. Not offered this year.
Do they have your size, or did he tell you?
I don't know. I didn't even ask. I'd be more than happy to buy one.
Or did he tell you to go downstairs?
Yeah. I'd be more than happy to buy one. I don't expect things. I'm not a typical media person. I don't want free stuff. I'll buy it. I'll support your program by buying it. But no, it's so funny. I'm letting all the cats out of the bag today. I was about to turn around and walk off. Then he said that, and I was like, oh, maybe he wants to talk to me. I guess I'll just hang out. But I was talking to the defensive coordinator, Clark, and everything about the game and stuff like that. So it was a good time out there, of course, and but yeah. So tomorrow.
Okay.
What's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah. I know
what was the X thread last night to where
that? By the way, that was from Friday night that you responded to.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, the one you responded to. Yeah, that was from Friday.
Okay.
way to be on top of it.
I don't check all this stuff every day.
I started off on Friday night, and I said, big pass down the sideline to SEA number 21, or sorry, to number 2, because my phone does not like to spell people's names properly, and it annoys the crap out of me.
It autocorrects?
Yeah, but it changes it completely.
Right.
So, like, Dickerson was like, Derek.
Not Dickerson.
It's like Derek, and I'm just like, where do you get that from? So you're always constantly, and in the moment, while you're doing it in the moment, you're just trying to get it out, because some of the things are happening. You're paying attention to others. So I was like, I'm just doing numbers tonight. I'm not fighting with it. I'm not looking up the name. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to do numbers. So that's why I did numbers. But I said ball on the 10-yard line. I go, but a 15-yard sideline warning on SEA brings the ball back 15 yards. And then Robert says, I thought Helly wasn't coaching anymore because you famously, and you alluded to it in your response last night, you responded to it. 20 plus years on the SEA sideline, only had one altercation, and our chaplain took the fall. Nothing like letting the man of God.
It was just one of those things. We were winning. It was a comfortable game, fourth quarter, and this back judge who made me look like I had anorexia was back there, and he had made a few interference calls that were ridiculous, and I just yelled out something innocuous. My voice, as my wife tells me, carries a little more than
it does.
I sometimes think it does.
It does. There have been times I've been sitting in the stands going, "Ooh, Ellie's fired up down there." Like,
and he looks over at the sideline, and I step behind our chaplain. He throws the flag. He walks over the sideline. The head coach comes out. It's like that's.
And it wasn't Mike at the time.
No, it was not Mike at the time. Hey, coach, it's unsportsmanlike conduct on your sideline. It's that guy right there. The coach looks at our chaplain and goes, he's our chaplain.
Did he swear at you too?
Yeah, he's our chaplain. And I'm standing about 5 yards behind him.
Is he still the chaplain there?
He is.
I know he was a couple of years because the first game we went to at Santan, he was sitting there with you, and so he's still up there. And
Randy Chambers, and of course he took it like a man.
Well, what else?
He just stood there with that dumb.
What's he gonna do? Start yelling back? No, it wasn't me.
It was him.
Take responsibility, chaplain. You need to be an adult here and take responsibility.
But that sideline it's amazing how some officials are super conscious of it.
I talked about that, and I didn't see it because it was a big play. But what I think happened was people started celebrating.
Yeah.
So they moved in front. They all moved up, and the ref was trying because it was a big play.
Yeah.
So the ref was lagging behind, and so he got caught up. And I think that's probably what happened if I had to guess. But nobody was watching it. But no, I said that early in the year. There was a ref at that Desert Ridge game early in this year where he was just a stickler. If you had a toe on that white line, and he eventually threw the flag that they were coming back in that game, and eventually, and it doesn't mean they were going to win it, but they were coming back and making it a game, and that killed the drive and killed the comeback, and stuff like that. And it was like, it wasn't egregious or anything to that effect, but then Mike, everybody's yelling, "Get back!"
Yeah.
And at one point, they were yelling it so much, Dale, that I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down there, and I'm going to say, "I got the sideline, guys." And then I was just going to stand in that box, and just anybody stepped in front of that box, I was just going to be like, "Get back, get back, get back." Because I was tired of hearing the coaches having to yell about it all the time.
Well, in college and the NFL, they have what they call a get-back coach.
Yes, where they grab them and pull them back.
It's usually the weight coach, strength coach, who just roams the sideline.
But the coaches, will move up and then move back. The problem is the players will flirt with that line a little bit. And then next thing you know, they're halfway on that white line, just standing there, It's not just SEA. I've seen it at other schools as well and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, they were just harping on it after that. Where at one point I was like, all right, I'm gonna go volunteer to be the enforcer down there, just so people stop yelling about it. I was getting so annoyed with it.
I will tell you one other quick story, and then we can go wherever you want to go. So when I was coaching JV, this is probably 10 years ago, there was this head official who was just before the game he was a jerk, and starting the game he was a jerk.
He's probably running the AIA today.
And I'm the head coach, and
sorry AIA.
And literally, I think my left toe was on the back line of the coaching box. He's in the end zone because he's waiting for the kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I hear, "Hey,
on the field, not even the line judge."
And I'm looking at my guys, making sure we got 11 guys out there.
Yeah.
Hey, and I glance over. He goes, "Get back!" I go, "I am back." And all of a sudden, we're John with each other.
Yeah.
He's at the goal line. I'm at the 50-yard line. I'm going, "What is your deal?" So anyway, he was a jerk the entire game. But as poetic justice happens, this is like on a Wednesday.
Yep.
I'm doing a Cox High School football game on Thursday.
Oh, no.
And I'm on the field before the game, talking to the coach. Well, guess who I noticed?
Yeah, he's there. Was he head official still?
He was not the head official of the varsity game.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say he was I had a feeling he was training to be one.
He was the back judge.
Yeah.
And him and I make eye contact, and I said, "You were the official last night, weren't you?" And he kind of looked at me and looked away.
Wasn't as tough there, was he?
And I told Kevin Ray was doing the games with me at the time, said, if anything questionable happens on his watch, just let me go for a little bit.
Did anything happen?
And wouldn't you know it, like the first drive, really questionable pass interference call.
I was going to say, refs like that aren't a one-time. Like the ref at the beginning of the year with Desert Ridge, that guy was just going to be that way all year and stuff like that. Most refs give you the warnings. Most refs, tell you a couple times. And then if they run into you, then obviously a flag needs to be thrown and stuff like that. But that is amazing, isn't it?
But I went on for about 30 seconds. I don't know how you make that call. This guy probably needs to be graded a little tougher. And all of a sudden my producer's in my ear going, "Personal beef?" I said, and I hit talk back. "Yes, it is."
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let me talk. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm kind of interested in that as well, where people pick fights with people with microphones or people with pens, and it's like, look, I've been fair. We're fair to you. We'll be fair, but we'll also call you out, and we can be a little harsher if we don't like you or you rub us the wrong way, type of thing. But as long as you stay professional about it, and rip them a new one, Dale. I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you, man.
So those are really low too. When I used to go watch my girls play basketball.
Yeah, I've heard you were a beast on the sideline. You were that parent yelling at the refs all the time.
I just point things out. And in the gym, my voice tended to carry a little further.
I get sarcastic with people. Like those AIA refs that are just struggling. You could tell they're struggling, and I'm like, all right, they're doing a Desert Ridge game because it's a low-tier game or whatever.
Wow.
And stuff. And I'll be like a little sarcastic, but I don't say it loud enough to where I'm like yelling at them or anything. Not like some of the parents. Call it both ways. We're down by 40. It doesn't matter how they call it.
I always, but my whole goal every week with the girls was to make sure I got 1 3-second call against the other team.
Yeah. Oh, are you the guy that yells 3 seconds
Oh, yeah.
all the time?
Oh, yeah.
They haven't even passed half court yet. 3 seconds.
And literally, you could see refs watch the game. 3 seconds. All of a sudden, you
Yeah,
can see
they
them
look.
look down.
And it was women's.
It
It
was
was girls basketball
Yes.
on top of it. So still crowd there, but lesser crowd probably
Much
than the boys.
lesser crowd, yes.
Yes. So yeah. So it was more egregious what you were doing.
And there's one official, and then I'm done with me.
Let's keep it
and
going.
then there's one official who I'd known from him officiating football. He knew who I was. That's back when I was on Channel 12 and stuff. And he walks over. There's a timeout. Ball's taken in half court. He looks up at me. I'm sitting about 6, 7 rows up. He goes, "Hey, Dale." I said, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "You know what I like about you on TV?" I said, "No, what's that?" He goes, "I can turn you off." I said, "You got me."
Yeah. You go, you know what I like about you? Not reffing games.
You got me on that one.
What's your wife think about your calls here? Because you got to be this bad at home, too.
See that? I don't go there.
I don't do that either.
Yeah, you do.
I don't even. No, never. I just get sarcastic sitting around the people. I make the people around me laugh. I get them riled up to say horrible things to the refs. But I don't do it. I don't even boo, man. I don't even like booing. I'll like sarcastically boo sometime and stuff like that. But yeah. So Mike Sheehan tomorrow, 8:00, and then of course Lou at 9:00 tomorrow as well, and everything. So interesting stuff just happening in the world of coaching right now. First of all, I'm going to prove to you Kenny Dillingham listens to the program, Dale, today. And I'd like to thank Mr. Dillingham or whoever is watching the show and passing along information to him because they're finally listening to me, Dale. They're listening to us here at the program. It's exciting to see. Now we just need Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals to do it. And maybe we'll have some success on the field coming up. Maybe. I'm just waiting to see if you'd say it. As I toot my own horn.
Yeah.
Really quick, Browns coach Kevin Stefanski, of course, fighting for his job life right now. He was asked yesterday on bringing Bill Callahan back. This is fascinating. Middle of the season. He's got other coaches on his staff in charge of the offensive line. Stefanski does. He's got coaches doing their jobs there. And if you don't know, his son, Bill Callahan's son, Brian, was fired by the Titans this week. Bill Callahan also left that job, his offensive line job there. Well, I'm not going to not work for my kid. So he left the team as well. So right in the middle of a press conference, somebody goes, hey, Kevin, you want to bring back Bill Callahan? With all what's he supposed to say in that situation? He's got coaches that are probably out in the field working, watching film, game planning, all that stuff. Here's this quote. Obviously, hate to see the news down in Tennessee. I talked to Brian, have not talked to Bill. They ask him again. He says, like I said, I haven't talked to Bill. Obviously, I think very highly of him. I'm disappointed for them, unquote. But this goes back to like Bruce's astonishment that Kenny Dillingham was asked about Penn State's coaching, Penn State's opening jobs and his name being mentioned on jobs yesterday. This stuff travels fast. And if you have a relationship with people, your name's going to get floated out there with people. And you're going to ask those questions. But what a giant distraction for these coaches, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, you would think, can you imagine that? I was just thinking, your son's the head coach, you're the offensive line coach, you've been in the league. Bill Callahan's probably been around for, 30, 40 years?
But he coached the Raiders. How many? That wasn't a few years ago.
No.
That feels like that was 20, 25 years ago now.
And so, he's probably in the league 15 years before he got a head coach, 10 years before he got a head coaching job. We can imagine him, his son gets fired and go, damn, son, that sucks. All right, I'll see you after the season.
Yeah, exactly. I'll keep us going here. Well, here's the worst part. They don't even come to you to ask you if you want to be head coach. He's got the head coaching experience and everything.
Yeah, but so's the new guy, right?
It's
he the Charger guy?
Yeah, he was the Chargers for interim basis there. But Callahan has more, But I think that's kind of understood. You don't fire the son and then I think it's understood that if you're firing the son, you're losing the dad too, right?
No.
Could you imagine the dad being like, "Hey, all right,
I'll see you after the season.
Go have fun. I'll let you know how it's going here." It's just kind kind of a rude thing that happens out there. Zadarius Smith, sudden retirement yesterday for the Eagles. Eagles, there's just some bad. Now, we said it last year at one point.
Yes, we did.
And then they went out and won a Super Bowl. It feels different this year. It feels
I
like
don't
more
know.
people. And last year it was A.J. Brown, and it was the head coach arguing with the fans. This year it's a lot of players talking their smack and stuff to that effect. It just, to me, it feels different. And then now Zadarius, I mean, this was a surprise retirement in the middle of the season for him as well. So it just feels differently.
Well, what's so interesting, Steve, is the fact that I kind of go along with you, but at the same time, as soon as you get done with the middle of last year with the Eagles, and you see how they finished, you kind of forget about it.
Everybody forgot about
you
it.
forgot about.
Remember, I think we were going to the playoffs, and I was like, "There's something going on in this locker room." And then they win a Super Bowl.
And then they win a Super Bowl.
Nothing going on in this locker room.
Okay. So I have a feeling we kind of felt at the exact same way now as we did last year.
No, it does feel worse. Yeah. They didn't have a guy that signed with them on September 5th, played 5 games with them, and then just up and retired on Monday morning last year. Last year it was just A.J. Brown. This year it's a Brown and, of course, I just forgot the guy's name. The other receiver also talking out loud. It just, I don't know, it just feels different. Doesn't mean you can't operate in dysfunction. Eagles, if anything, have proven they can operate within dysfunction. But, 5 games. He played 5 games. It's not like they signed him and he's been on the sideline battling injuries, not sure if he wants to be there. Like he wasn't one of them. He's actually played for 5 days as well. So
5 games.
5 games. So they did say it was a personal, it was a personal decision. It didn't have anything to do with what's going on the Eagles side. And look, if you don't have the heart for the game, definitely get out of it because you could end up seriously hurt.
Right.
At that point. But it's just weird. It just feels differently. It just feels different this year. Plus, Eagles at this time last year weren't doing good either. So we'll have to put your money down now for Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But last year the difference was Saquon carried them. I'm not too sure Saquon can carry him this year.
Saquon's not having that same year, and obviously it's not just Saquon. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there are offensive line issues that they've got and all of that stuff. Hockey season has started. There's a lot of talking points out there. Nobody knows it. I think I'm the only one watching a couple hockey games here and there out there. The Mammoth got their first Utah win over the weekend with the new Mammoth logo.
There you go.
All 11,000 people saw the whole game. 6,000 of them did not. Only saw half the ice there. So congratulations, Mammoth, getting their first win up there in Utah.
Can't win them all if you don't win the first one, Steve.
Good job.
You got a Utah Mammoth shirt?
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. They're dark. I'm going to call it dark blue, whatever color that is. Their dark blue Mammoth jersey is pretty freaking sweet. I like it a lot. The white one I don't really care about. But that dark blue one with the Mammoth in the front, I like it a lot. Am I going to root for them? No. All the narrative going into this season, which cracked me up, was this is the year the Mammoths are going to peak up and fight for that playoff spot. Okay. Now, they've made a lot of changes since they were here, and stuff. But how many years did we hear that here? This is the year they're gonna fight for a playoff spot. Like, okay, everybody settle down. They're going to do exactly what they do every year. Supposed to make a playoff run and make the playoffs or fight for it, and then they're going to disappoint you out there. You know what? And 5,000 people will only know the good stuff because they won't know the bad. So hopefully the bad stuff happens on the ice they can't see, Dale.
You got to let that go, Steve.
Best owner in sports, everybody.
You got to let that go, Steve.
NBA season, did you stay up and watch the Lakers-Suns preseason game last night?
Well, I watched enough of it to know, are we starting with injuries again?
Oh, yeah. 2 of their starters haven't played all preseason. Williams and Green. Yeah. 2 people that are slated to be pivotal roles in the Suns have not played all preseason long. Now, supposedly they're going to be ready to go. They play, it's either next Wednesday or Thursday. I forget the starting date on that. I think they play the 22nd. Season starts the 21st, but I get confused on it.
So Jalen Green already ruled out for the season opener.
Yep. I believe his is a knee, right?
Hamstring.
Hamstring, yep. So, yeah, he's going to be gone for a while. Williams, they said last night I listened to the pregame of it, and they said that they're expecting him to start next week.
Already start with injuries.
Yep. Yeah.
And these are young guys.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. You knew the season was starting. How do you come into camp and get injured right away? That tells you you're not in shape, man. They're like,
Can't have nice things,
it's like
Steve.
you wake up one day and you go, oh, crap. Camp starts here tomorrow. I should probably start jogging. And you just get on the treadmill and start running and you pull a hamstring or something. It's like
it's kind of like us, like, oh, crap, the season starts the 22nd? That's next week.
I know. Well, I also don't like how the NBA, they literally land from China and then go straight to the arena. I know I'm exaggerating there, but maybe they might need a couple more days off before they get back on the court here.
Well, they do.
That's not a short flight, folks.
They got another week.
They got a week now, right? You know what? It's just, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a problem with the morgue over there.
Somehow, some way, we're going to work that in.
I'm going to make this happen, Dale. I'm going to make
You're going to speak it into existence?
Happen. I'm going to reference it so much. Yeah, the Mortgage Matchup Center, the Mort.
MMA.
MMC.
MMC.
So Suns over under right now. Call it today. Over under 33.5 wins because that's what Vegas was last time I looked at it.
Well, at 33.5, I did take the over.
Yeah, so did I.
And I have season long bet. And
then Green's out. Now I'm double thinking it.
And as soon as I hit send, I went, why? We can't have nice things in the valley.
But are we arguing that 33 wins it's not a nice thing? I mean, the ceiling for me and the Suns is 40, 42 wins. That's like if they just play all out, maybe fight for a 9th seed, in the thing, 10th seed coming up here, maybe something to that effect. That's best case scenario this year for this team is what we're looking at, which would be right around 500, by the way.
Well, if they win 40 games, they win a little money. Why do I have a feeling that's not going to happen?
So you did not watch the whole game? You didn't just sit down and study it, break down the sets that they're setting up, the movement, how the ball moves around on the court, the substitution
like your
patterns.
boy or whoever that was, your good friend on the homeowners board.
He wants to talk to me about the sets, what I think about how the rotations are going in the first China game, and I was like, man, I don't care.
Let's just raise prices. We're not going to overseed. We're going to screw our customers. And hey, how the Suns doing?
That's part of the fun part of doing what we do. Is like you'll just run into people and they'll be like, "Hey, man, what do you think about this?" And you're like, "I thought you were a sports guy." So I haven't woken up at 4:30 in the morning to watch Manchester United play in the Premier League yet. And it's not on my schedule as of now, buddy. And he's like breaking it down, and you're just like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, he's listening to the wrong program. He wants to talk soccer,
especially that early. But in terms of hockey, the New York Rangers have done something never done before. Dale, record-breaking. They're the first NHL team to be shut out in the first 3 home games.
Huh?
They have a brand new coach. Let me rephrase that. They have a brand new coach right now. We'll see if they have a new one coming up because there was high hopes for the Rangers going into this season. But yeah, shut out in your. Okay, my philosophy on sports is simple. Play competitive even if you lose. Go 0-16 in football, but my God, you're in every game and you're losing by 3 points. Yeah, it sucks that you lose, but make it fun, right? The Suns this year, they're going to win 35, 33, maybe 40 games, but make it fun that we're watching you lose that many games, right? Like, just have fun out there. Make it fun for your fans, especially at home. If you're going to lose bad games, lose them while we're watching on TV on the road. Well, lose them on the road because we could turn it off and move on with their lives. Don't make your fans drive across town, spend the money to watch you lose by 60. I'm kind of speaking this to the Cardinals this weekend. Do not make me drive to Glendale and then lose by 30 and not play well on Sunday. Your home games should be the games where you play the hardest. Your home games should be the games where you're winning them more often than you're losing them. And to go scoreless in 3 home games for the ticket prices of New York Rangers fans, the way how hard it is to get to a Rangers game unless you live in Manhattan and your fans are going there. For the love of God, that's all we ask of you as fans. Just play hard when we spend the money to come see you and be in the games and put up some points. Light the lamp up. And they're scoreless in their first 3 home games.
Are you wearing a Brett Favre jersey this week, or are you going to wear a Reggie White?
I'd wear a Reggie White long before I wear a Brett Favre.
Really?
I never was a Brett Favre fan. Ever.
That's because you don't appreciate talent.
Well,
you're happy with?
No, my problem with Brett Favre was he just wasn't a good quarterback, Dale. I'll just say it.
It's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Hold on. Here's what I didn't like about Brett Favre in terms of quarterbacking. The quarterbacks I like, Dan Marino, Troy Aikman, those types of quarterbacks. And I'm going Hall of Fame here because comparing Hall of Fame. Guys that can pick apart a defense, not guys that just take chances and sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't. I don't like that gunslinger style that they called it. I don't like that gunslinger style of football. I just don't. I don't like it at all.
That's ridiculous.
Makes it a chaos side. It goes to what I say about Kyler Murray. Jacoby Brissett brought a calmness to that team. There's just a lot of how many the Packers were good for a lot of years. How many Super Bowl championship did Brett Favre bring the Green Bay Packers?
He won 1.
Yeah, he should have won more. But his gunslinger style, man, he just threw up balls to nobody.
No, he had to play against the Dallas Cowboys, Steve.
He was throwing balls directly to defenders
me?
for no reason out there. No, that's just, I mean, he was a good quarterback. I was just being facetious, but I don't put him up there as one of the best of all time. In terms of that,
I don't know about best of all time.
Yeah, in terms of that, is he healthy? Absolutely, had a heck of a career. I just don't like that style of football, and that's why I didn't like Brett Favre. Sums it up. Personal choice.
The question is, are you wearing green and gold, or are you going to wear your Cardinal stuff?
I might wear. I don't have a Cardinal shirt this year. I did not go buy one.
Yeah, but you got one from last year. I don't
recycle them. Got to change them. Got to get rid of the bad stuff. Maybe I need to put it back on because they played decent last year. Maybe I need to put it back on. Maybe I'm the problem, Dale. I'll probably wear like a red shirt of some sort and a Cardinals hat or something.
So you're going. You're not selling your tickets.
Well, the kids aren't going. Ethan's response is, I don't want to watch us lose. And Ireland's like, there's no way I'm going to that. So their tickets are up for sale, yes. I want to see what I can get for those 2.
Okay.
Because I'm curious. On that stuff.
Autumn's a glutton for punishment.
Autumn wants to go. I haven't talked to her about it, but I'm assuming she wants to go. But I'd be in favor of giving them away. Not gonna lie to you.
I think Autumn just likes.
It's the only game
you're gonna with her man.
It's the only game you can sell and make money this year.
Yeah.
It's the only game. So a lot of people are selling them. One, you're expecting the Cardinals to get blown out, but 2, you can almost make what probably your one season ticket costs. Or at least several weeks.
You can defray your costs.
Yeah. So it's dumb not to do it. So, but brace yourself. All the post-game and pre-game stuff's going to be like, oh, Cardinals fans suck. They don't support their team. Shut it. Shut it now. But, yeah, we'll see. I'm asking an arm and a leg for him. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're not selling a couple tickets to the Tennessee Titans game and going, hey, that covers my nut.
Yeah. Or the Falcons are coming up. They go to Cincinnati. Like their schedule is not.
Yeah.
They're good teams. It's just their fan base doesn't travel.
You're at Dallas instead of Dallas coming here.
And unlike Green Bay, their fans, and that's the thing people don't realize because people spend how much on tickets? If you're a Green Bay fan and you live here in Arizona, this is the only chance you're going to see to play your team. So you're going to spend a couple $1,000s to go to the game.
Or if you live in Wisconsin, you're like, boy, mid-October in Arizona? Are you kidding me? Go spend the week down there?
It was snowing in Green Bay already. So we'll see how that goes coming up. But I know I'm going to be one of those people. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because your game's ASU's at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So I don't mind the back-to-back this week because the other problem is next week. Now Cardinals have a bye, so Sunday's cleared up. But I got WWE on Friday night at Mullet Arena.
By choice.
That's gonna be fun in Mullet Arena, Dale. Me and 4,999 of my closest friends celebrating SmackDown at the Mullet. And then you got ASU Houston, 5 p.m. Kids have homecoming that night as well. Obviously, we're not going to the game because we'll be at the Mullet. And then, so then Houston on 5 p.m. that night. That's just busy weekend, man.
You're blowing off homecoming for some fake-ass stage wrestling.
Me and Ethan. What are you talking about? It's not any more fake than the NFL making up play calls. It's not any more fake than the referees continuing to let the Eagles jump off sides on the tush push and not throwing a flag when it's obvious. It's not any different than referees calling pass interference or not calling pass interference against against Ohio State with Illinois and letting Ohio State run away with that game. There's no difference. The difference is the WWE at least lets you know that there's a storyline involved. Whereas in football and basketball, you don't know that the refs are on the take in which way they're going to call it that game. Dale, that's the difference. You're kidding yourself if there's not a narrative in the other sports either. I told you, there's no way in hell Major League Baseball is going to allow the Dodgers to lose this series against the Brewers. They are not wanting a Seattle or a Toronto and Milwaukee World Series. They want nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. And look at that. Dodgers up 2-0 in Milwaukee. Going back to L.A.
A couple pretty nice pitching performances, Steven.
Helped by the umpires. I'm just kidding. I told you I love Yamamoto as a pitcher. I'll say this. I like Yamamoto as a pitcher more than I like Ohtani as a pitcher. Now Ohtani's coming back from injury, but even if he was healthy, Yamamoto is one heck of a pitcher. And you saw it last night. Complete game. If that was Torrey, he would have pulled him out in the 6th, saying we got to worry about how you feel tomorrow, Tiger. We're going to go bullpen game today.
Go to break.
It's been a while.
You're going down the drain.
It's been a while. I had to go back to it.
Go down the drain.
Come on back, folks. We'll talk a little baseball out there. And we have the qualifying offer dollar amount. Life is rough for some of these baseball players. I just don't know how they're going to survive.
Really?
Hopefully they start GoFundMe so we can help them out. Qualifying offer amount, folks. It's just, how are they going to survive, Dale? These poor Major League Baseball guys. Come on back, folks. Let's talk about it. Let's support our Major Leaguers. We're back here. Well, you sign a contract, stick to it, like all the coaches do and everything too. I've determined the biggest scam in sports is head coaching contracts.
The buyouts.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's just you sign that deal. You can leave, but you have to pay the school back some money, and then they don't pay it. Other people pay it for them. The new school or whatever. So I'm convinced the new scam is just contract. They got to get those underhand. Now, you could do like they did with James Franklin. He has to go work. He has to go get a job.
Yeah.
Because he will be hired by somebody. And they'll just pay the difference. Cliff Kingsbury's that way. He got that job at Washington. All right. So Cardinals are paying him the difference, or if there is a difference. They're paying him I think there was. They're paying him a difference in that number instead of the whole amount. But it's still a scam. You should not. It's just like, man, if you don't perform, could you imagine sucking so bad you get fired in year 2 of a contract and you get paid for it afterwards because you failed? Just needs to be looked at here. But the other thing that needs to be looked at, this stuff just cracks me up. As I said, there's a lot of free agents coming up here. Gallen's going to be one of them. Diamondbacks are going to offer him the qualifying order. And I just don't know why they continue to play a sport that continues to abuse them, Dale. If you don't know what the qualifying offer is, it's a 1-year contract that gets sent out there. It's kind of like the what's the one in football? Franchise tag. It's kind of like that. It's a 1-year deal. The salary is determined because it's based on the average of the top 125 salaries in the sport. Okay? So if the player rejects the qualifying offer, meaning they don't accept it, well, then the team that they were on gets a draft pick. The team they sign with loses a draft pick and goes to the other team. So you offer your guys qualifying offers if they're available, even if you don't want them back. You offer it to them because you can get draft picks out of it, right? And that type of stuff. Only players that have played the entire season before with one team, so this would be Gallen, Freeman, those types of guys there, right? Coming up here, are allowed to get it there. You cannot previously have received a qualifying offer either. So you can't just every 3 years get a new qualifying offer. So it has to be your first time receiving it on that side. So the new number they just put out with it, the qualifying offer for this year, folks. Like I said, get your wallets ready. Christmas is coming up. These guys aren't going to know what to do with themselves. $22 million, Dale, for a 1-year deal for these guys. It's just if they accept it. It's just, I feel for their wife and kids.
Does Zach Gallen make more than $22 million a year?
Nope, he makes 16.
No, but I'm saying on the open market this year.
That's the question mark. Well, his coach is Agents Boris. See, that guy tends to drive stuff up.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean somebody's going to pay it.
Well, I don't disagree. That's the thing. It's a large number.
Right.
So the question is, do you accept it, and play on that 1-year deal at that amount? Also, here's the other question, Dale. Is playing Zach Gallen $22 million worth it? Is it an acceptable dollar amount for him going into this year? Because wasn't he $16 million last year? Or am I confusing him with Kelly?
Are you looking it up, or do you want me?
I'm looking it up here because I might be confusing him with Kelly. No, he was 13.5.
So he got a $9 million raise.
Yeah, and he reportedly is going to turn it down.
But still wants to stay as a Diamondback.
Does he?
I thought he kind of said. Well, he at least said it.
I kind of want to stay with the Diamondbacks too, Dale. You got to say that when you leave.
So
you got to keep it open.
Okay, so all of a sudden you're the hierarchy of the Diamondbacks. Are you paying him $22 million?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Are you signing to a 3-year, $60 million deal?
What's the average value on that? Don't do that to me. $20 million a year? No, it's too much. He shouldn't have made 13.5 last year. That was too much.
You're gonna give him a pay cut?
That was too much last year. Did you see the way he pitched?
Steve,
Until there was no pressure.
Steve. So you're saying like a 3-year, $30 million offer when you get a 1-year qualifying?
I would pay 15, 16 for Zach Gallen for a couple more years. But he's not your number one.
Well, who is?
Well, he's on the injured reserve right now.
Who is?
He's on the injured list right now. But that's the question. Do you pay with that money? Do you pay $22 million qualifying offer for Zach Gallen. Because you offer it to him and he takes it. It's like that Blink thing, Oh, we'll just offer it because we'll get draft picks. And then he goes, you know what? We're going to take it because he finds out his value isn't what it should be. It isn't that.
1 year 22 or 2 years at 30.
Yeah, that's a determination. Do you
Yeah.
want the longevity or do you want the other side? Gallen's a weird case because, I think going into the year he was going to make $30 million a year with his
Right.
pitching and stuff. It's got to be less than that. But you never know with these teams, man. You don't know what the Dodgers are going to do. They just throw money at everybody. Major League Baseball is a Dodgers problem, but from that side. But that's the question you have is the Diamondback side, and it just you're going to hear all these players be insulted. Oh, how dare you offer? Oh, you offered me the qualifying offer? Oh. God, how insulting is this? So Kyle Tucker, Bo Bichette, I said Freeman earlier. I meant Kyle Schwarber, by the way. Ranger Suarez, Dylan Cease, Framber Valdez are all guys that are able to get the qualifying. Those are the big name guys able to get the qualifying offer from that side. The other side of it is I'm willing to bet you a lot of players don't want the qualifying offer. So are they working on deals right now? Because if you get the qualifying offer, you don't qualify for it again later on when you probably need it, like if you're in Gallen's situation. That's a negotiation tactic, isn't it? They offered me the 1 year, $22 million. I might take it. Or let's work out a long-term deal. Or, like you said, $15, $16 million.
Well, and that's what the when you look at it, that's what the franchise tag does in football is you give the franchise tag, but you continue to negotiate because franchise tag in football can really hamper a team's ability to work around the salary cap.
Man, it's a big chunk. That's the top 5 of the position?
Fully guaranteed.
Yeah, fully guaranteed for a 1 year deal. And then if you do it again, it's even more. It's more egregious after that for 2 years.
Yes.
So that's why you don't go that route. But
So
I don't know,
you didn't
interesting times.
answer. Are you signing Zach Gallen? You negotiate with him right now? You give him a 3-year deal? You give him a qualifying offer? Or you can say,
You
Gallen.
have to give him the qualifying offer because you're going to get the draft picks. But if you get Zach Gallen for 1 year at $22 million because he takes it, people are going to be happy about that? It's too much money for Zach Gallen, man. Sorry, Gallen family. I don't think you're worth it.
So what are you doing, Steve McCollum, right now?
I told you I'm offering him the qualified offer and praying to God he doesn't take it. And I'm negotiating. You're still negotiating with him.
You're not going to go try and negotiate maybe a 3-year, $45 million
the problem is
deal?
his agent, Scott Boras. And Scott Boras is going to say he wants to go to free agency. Scott Boras that's what gets guys in trouble. Blake Snell, remember when he went to the Giants and signed late? What was that, 2 years ago? Jordan Montgomery, wasn't in. We got him because Boras said, nope, we're going to be a free agent. We're not doing anything. We're going to be a free agent. And then no offers came in at the right amount. He's like, just hold on. And then the season's starting, and then both those guys have to sign for less. And Montgomery ended up firing Boras after that as well. So that's Boras' MO. So Gallen's a different story. I have no doubt he's going to be a free agent. Now, does it backfire on him is the question. Now, imagine that, right? You end up signing a deal for, how many people are going to offer multiple year deals to Zach Gallen the way he pitched this year?
Right.
Now, it got better at the end of the year. I understand that. But what if people are only going to offer 1 year $10 million, 1 year $12 million,
Right.
and you could have signed a 1 year $22 qualifying offer?
There's certain contracts where you opt out, you're getting a bigger, longer running contract.
If you're hearing of somebody walking away from an offer, it's because they know they have another offer on the backside.
But Zach Gallen's a sticky situation.
That's what I mean. It's a weird situation.
I think if they offer $22 million, you might jump at it.
I'd love that's the problem. And then you got the agent perspective.
Right.
Scott Boras just loves that free agency, man. He convinces his players he can get them. I can get you $30 million a year for 4 years. Just stick with me.
Yeah.
And he rolls those dice and stuff like that. But no, that's the problem with Zach Gallen. Some of these guys, it's a no-brainer. You offer them that qualifying deal and see if you can work out a long-term deal with them. But Zach Gallen's one of those guys. You want him on your team, but do you want him at that price tag? I say no. I wonder how many people will say yes out there is the bigger question going into this. So qualifying offers out there, and yeah, Robert says you have to offer the qualifying offer. He won't take it though. Boris will not allow it. So Robert's on my side of that perspective.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can't not offer it and just lose them for nothing. That's the sticky situation you're in. But so I'm offering the qualified offer because you have to. You need the draft picks, one, and then you're just hoping he doesn't take it. If he comes back and goes, hey, we're going to take that. You go, it's like,
but you need pitchers.
it's like that time your son-in-law Scotty went to the silent auction. He just filling out stuff and everything, and he's just like, other people will get involved with this, and then he's walking out with down several $100s and walking out with a U-Haul size of stuff that he won.
Like 8 different things.
You don't want to get caught in that situation.
No.
It's like when you're at an auction and you raise your paddle that one time I'm going to get the auction going. You raise your paddle and it's, a couple thousand. You're like, I'll just raise it. People, and then like going once, going twice.
No!
You're sitting there just, I'm supposed to get the auction going. It's a fascinating question, but, in all seriousness, $22 million for a 1-year deal in baseball.
But where are you going to get your pitchers?
Well, that's what I mean. I don't mind Gallen being on this team, but are you going to overpay for Gallen to be on this team?
Now, if you're telling me that you're going to lower the payroll, I wouldn't extend it on him.
That's the issue. He's the one guy.
Yeah.
I'd rather you go. Okay, I'll put it this way. I'd rather you go overpay and bring Merrill Kelly back at age 38 than overpay and bring Gallen back. That would be my opinion, because Kelly performs. Right, he's consistent. Now, eventually, it's going to go away. He's old enough now; it's going to go away. But that's what I would rather do, overpaying it. I just don't like Gallen at 22 or anything close to that going into this year. But fascinating things happening in Major League Baseball, and of course, we're right in the playoffs here. By the way, got a stat for you here, Joe. In terms of teams that lose the first 2 games at home in Major League Baseball playoffs.
Okay.
Teams that win the first 2 games in a best-of-7 playoff series. So that would, by the way, so this just to win the first 2 games, not even home or away, which the Dodgers have done and Seattle has done. They win the series 83.8% of the time, 78 for 93. So odds are we know who the World Series contenders are, going into this. So we're headed to, this is the other side. People aren't looking at this. I make fun of the Seattle-Toronto, because Toronto's in the middle of Canada, right? It's East Coast, but up north of Buffalo there, kind of northeast kind of there. But we're looking at a West Coast World Series here coming out.
Yes.
Major League Baseball can't like that either. Nobody in the East Coast is watching those games, are they?
Well, they're going to watch the Dodgers just to watch the Dodgers. And, the other thing is, you think about this, is both teams are up 2-0, and the first 2 games were on the road.
On the road, which by the way, the stat is even higher. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find it here. It's 83% there. I'm pulling it up here again, see if I can find. But if you win 2 on the road and going back home, it's 90-something%.
Yeah.
You win the series. Yeah, the other team just can't overcome that once they lose twice on the road as well. So
I did not. I saw highlights. I did not listen to the Brewers post game and your
Pat Murphy.
Pat Murphy had his kids up on the dais with him.
Yeah. So I 1,000% believe the Brewers are done. I'm going to be shocked if they win a game.
Really?
Yeah. I think, Bruce kind of, I felt that way going into yesterday, but then Bruce Cooper yesterday said, go back and watch it on YouTube, of course, Robat TV, free podcast system. But Bruce said Pat Murphy couldn't get over the hump and win the big games, whether it was here at Arizona State or, he went to Notre Dame at one point, et cetera, to do that stuff. I think the Brewers are just happy to be where they are. You're down 0-2 and you have your kids on the stand and you're kind of, not that he's joking around because Pat Murphy doesn't joke around. It just, I get the impression that they're just like, hey, keeping it loose, man.
Yeah, but sometimes that works for teams.
Well, has it worked so far? Are you saying that they were too tight in the first 2 games at home? I will say this. Going on the road is probably going to help them because you don't have that crush of the crowd excitement. You're every day.
Expectation.
Yeah, every day you're listening to the news reports and it's all about you playing that day and stuff. You get away from that on the road, so that could help them. The problem is the Dodgers starting. You have to get to the bullpen of the Dodgers to have a chance to beat them.
Yeah,
And you're not getting to the bullpen.
When your starting pitchers go 9 innings.
And then the day before, Blake Snell went 8
Yeah.
and retired everybody. He only faced the minimum amount there as well. You're not beating the Dodgers if they're playing that well. Nobody is. You have to get through it on that side. But entering Tuesday, no Major League Baseball rotation had posted a below 1.5 ERA over a 30-game span since the mound was lowered all the way back in 1969, Dale. No rotation. Neither had a rotation allowed a sub 150 batting average over a 30-game span. How well the Dodgers playing? Well, they're now the only team to have done both of those stats. Yeah, they've done both of those over the last 30 games. How well are the Dodgers playing, Dale? You bat under 150 against them, and their pitching staff has an ERA under 150.
And then you had that lineup. Well, and then you look at the regular season. Milwaukee won 97 games, I believe.
That's what I mean. That's over 30 games. That obviously covers the end of the season.
Right.
And it's just like, what? Dodgers have yet to lose a road game this postseason. They, of course, won those 2 wins in Philadelphia out there, and obviously the 2 in Milwaukee here as well. The Mariners, 3-1 on the road this postseason. So no home field advantage. That's what's shocking about this for these 2 teams between Seattle and L.A. They don't care where they play.
Wouldn't you say, though, of the 3 major sports, that football, basketball, baseball, that baseball's home field advantage is probably the least important or impactful?
I go back and forth on this. I don't know how easy it is. Maybe we should get Luis Gonzalez on the show and ask him this question. Like when he was going up to the plate in that 9th inning, Game 7, crowd was just cheering. Does he hear that? And does he get excited as a home person? Does that affect a pitcher on the mound with all that noise? It's one thing if one guy, you hear one guy, like you're the Marlins and there's 1,000 people in the stadium and that one guy is telling you how bad you suck. That could probably affect you a little bit or get you upset. But when it's just a loud, constant noise, I don't know if it affects you very much. I mean, you were a Cowboy. You had loud.
Well, I mean, but when
crowds.
you're playing, at least when you're playing football, when I played football, whether it's at SMU and we played in front of sold-out crowds all the time at Texas Stadium or
And then
Cowboys.
Saguaro. Don't forget Saguaro.
Saguaro, the house that Dale built. I mean, that thing was packed. But usually it's like almost like just a hum.
That's what I'm getting at.
Like you're,
Because that's the only thing in baseball they can be. And I don't know if in the moment players can feel the heat. The Phillies pitcher felt the heat in that moment. The game sped up on him. A game that's probably slow to him sped up on him when that low grounder came his way and he threw the ball away and the Dodgers.
Yeah,
advanced.
you almost wonder. Okay, so if that was a spring training game, what would he have done?
He's making that play every day of the week. So that's what I don't know. Home field advantage, I don't know. I don't know if it does that because the crowd can be loud. I've been in those games, man. That crowd is loud. I just don't know how much it affects you in baseball. I don't know. Now, here's the problem. As a pitcher, I don't know if it affects you. Like, you're sitting out in right field and you haven't seen action in 3 innings. And you're thinking, going, oh, this ball's hit to me.
Right.
I got to get this ball thrown at home. Like, I think that can affect you a little bit more than anything. Or second baseman, routine grounder, or pitcher, routine grounder, and you mess it up. I don't know. It's fascinating to see. But obviously, there's no home field advantage. I don't think I call bullcrap on basketball players saying the home crowd got us riled up and got us going. I just don't believe that in basketball. I don't think it changes your mind in basketball. Does it? You played a lot of basketball.
They're on top of you.
Yeah, but it's just noise.
To me, it's fascinating. Obviously, in football, there's a communication part. In basketball,
yes. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Football, it's a huge deal because you go silent count, clap count, whatever. It'll affect a team.
But
getting the play calls in, and that's why you always hear quarterbacks go like this because they're trying to hear the play call because it's so loud in there. So football gets affected by home field all the time. But basketball, it's all hand signals. You go like this when you're dribbling the ball up.
What's play 2, Stevie?
The sun sets this preseason. Play 2 is Williams. You're on the bench. Green, you're not playing at all. You re-aggravated your hamstring. And we need 2 guys off the bench already. That's what 2 is for the Suns already to start this season. Devin Booker's got it. Going to shoot it. Come on back, folks. The second hour main event coming up next. For a guy that doesn't care what people say, at least he claims so, he cares a lot. We're talking about Dale Hillis right here, everybody. His second hour main event's up. Don't forget, like, subscribe to the free podcast system, whether you listen to it or if you catch us live at Robat here. First of all, thank you. We see the numbers here and everything, and they're fantastic. Of course, we now have that free YouTube page for On Demand as well. Subscribe to that free podcast system as well. Just ring it on there. Just alerts people that people are liking it and watching it. We haven't done any public promotion of the YouTube page yet, and a bunch of you have found it already and are watching certain shows there. So we thank you very much for doing that, of course, On Demand here at Robat TV as well as we continue on. And it's just good times to be around here. Real Matrix, that's coming up. New episode 4 coming out today at noon.
Okay.
Robat TV, YouTube as well. It's already scheduled, the free podcast system. Those of you that want to hear what the Angry Patriots thinking, I don't think you're in episode 4. You weren't
really?
in 3. I don't think you're in 4.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's coming up today for those of you that watch that.
So don't listen. Go watch episode 5.
So they're up for you there. A pit stop will be tomorrow for the Look Ahead show for Talladega this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll do that tomorrow. The Look Back show was out on Monday. Robat TV, YouTube as well, podcast systems, and then we call them on business, of course, on the YouTube page as well, folks. Check it out and watch what we do here. And, hey, if you want to do a show, you ever thought about doing a show, let us know. Yeah, we got some ideas. We got some things we can do with you. Be fun to do. Be fun to do.
You can decide whether to give Zach Allen a qualifying offer.
I don't like sports either. I've been talking since we've been here. We're back kind of reunited with the morning show here. Melissa and Marshall, good people. Good people. A little too happy for me, Dale, but good people.
Just because she came in and said hello to you yesterday, now it's the good people?
Hold on, I feel so bad about that. I was just not in the mood to talk to anybody in that moment.
You were.
She came in all peppy and all sugar and spice, and I was like, yeah, all right.
So totally the opposite of you.
We just got done with this show. I didn't sleep well the night before. I was tired. She comes in and God bless her. I got to talk to her and just be like, look, man, I if I came off weird. And she came in, she's like, yeah, how you guys doing? And I'm like, all right. Dale's like, whoa. I didn't mean to be rude. I just wasn't feeling it in the moment.
Well, you don't. A lot of times you don't mean something, but Steve,
I'll talk to her when I see him.
Maybe
this week.
Next time she's not gonna be in the mood.
Yeah, she's not gonna come talk to me now. Geez, but it's been fun. We have seen them and what they're doing out there as well. So good times to be around here as well. And of course, all of the text line 623-252-6670. That's for all of the shows that we produce here in terms of what I produce here, Main Event, MLB, Pit Stop, The Real Matrix as well. You can text in on that, and everybody will see those out there. And just stop saying bad things about Dale, would you guys? Of course, tag us at TME Sports Show as well. We see those on X. And if you're tuning in now because Mike Sheehan normally joins us, he will be here tomorrow, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. He's going to be here right at the top of the show. They're on break this week, and apparently doesn't have practice because his wife's towing him up north with the family to have some free time. I don't know anything about practice. I'm just giving him a hard time there. But we got lots to talk about with him with another big game. Standings did come out this week. Scottsdale Christian went from number 3 to number 1.
What happens when you beat number 2?
Phoenix Christian went to number 3. And Phoenix Christian has Veritas this week, who's number 2 this week again. Number 2, they moved down from number 1 from that perspective. Interesting enough, Camp Verde is who Scottsdale Christian Academy has on Friday night. Now, they say this is the last regular season game. It's not. They go on the road for their final one, and we don't know who that is yet because of AIA. But this is the last home regular season game coming up this weekend, Friday night, Camp Verde. So we'll talk to them about that. Camp Verde, by the way, ranked number 5 right now. And they've played some people really well. So some more important things coming their way here coming up. So for them. Interesting enough, Pima, 4-4 on the season. You know, of course, SCA's first opponent. They had a quarterback issue when they first played. Other things happening with Pima when that first happened. 4-4 on the season. They're ranked 11th. Glendale Prep, 6-2 on the season, ranked 12th.
Yeah. Well, supposedly what the ratings do and the reason that they use them, but nobody knows the formula, and it's super duper duper secret. The strength of schedule is supposed to play a big part in it.
Yeah, well, Glendale Prep played one of the best teams in 2A, Scottsdale Christian Academy.
Yeah, so did Pima.
I know, it's my point.
So Pima's schedule must be tougher. Just
Overall,
like us last year.
Yeah, St. John's or whatever.
I mean, just like last year with us, we were the 12th seed and we were 6-4, I think, going into the playoffs. We thought we should be a little higher because we played number 1, 2, 3.
And they didn't. Yeah, early in the season.
But again, you can't question the system because you know what the system is.
That's the problem. Nobody knows what it is. I mean, there's a lot of concepts. The 4, 5, and 6A rankings came out yesterday, and everybody's up in arms about that.
Every year, the first week they come out, everybody's up in arms.
2 undefeated teams in 2A. So we'll talk to Mike about all that coming up tomorrow at 8 o'clock for those of you tuning in. Right now, Lou's still tomorrow as well. Interesting enough, 5A right now. Desert Edge, Scorpions, number 1. They're 7-0. Desert View, Arizona College Prep. Now, keep in mind, now, there's no 5A in the Open this year, correct? They changed that.
I think you can be. No 4A for sure.
No 4A for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you right now, no 5A is listed in the Open listings now. So that tells me they're leaning towards no, whether it's a rule or not.
Right.
But Desert Edge is 1. Desert View is 2. If you're a desert school, you're apparently good in 5A. Arizona College Prep is 3. Horizon Huskies 4. Desert Mountain 5, ALA Gilbert North. Is that the Joe Germain one? I get confused on all those Gilberts.
I can't keep.
I don't think it is, but it might be. They're the Eagles. They're 6th.
I think they're.
He might be Mason North.
ALA Queen Creek.
No, he's not. No, that's not Germain. ALA Queen Creek.
Oh, so you know that, but you don't know any other ALA.
Well, I know that because 1, that was where Max Hall was coaching, and I was familiar with it. But 2. Big Thursday night matchup against Queen Creek Bulldogs coming up tomorrow night, Dale.
You going to it?
Don't know. Don't know yet.
What else you got going on?
My couch. Then you got Marana, Millennium, Canyon View, Cactus, Notre Dame Prep. Interesting enough, number 11. That's why I wanted to get to that as well. Then Mountain Point, they're at 12th in terms of the 5A. 6A, no shocker. Now so a lot of these teams are going to obviously move up into the open.
Yep.
So there's 12 open spots. So that's where you kind of have to go.
12 this year?
12, yeah. I remember I told you guys that opened it. I said 20. I wasn't on air. We were doing it behind the scene.
I thought there was only 8, but no, there's 12?
I'm showing 12 right now. Yeah, they expanded it. I know they expanded it, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. So we have to go down a little bit here, right, to get to it. Queen Creek Bulldogs are 13th in the 6A, so they are right on the outside of that open right now. So like a big game against ALA Queen Creek this week. Even though
They do
ALA
not want to be in the open.
well, that's what I'm saying. You have choices to make here with just a few games remaining, right? If you're these guys going into it. Perry Pumas 14th. Castile Colts, they're 15th. Mesa Jackrabbits making a run here. They're 16th there in terms of the 6A. I think 6A is 16 teams. And I think the Open's 12. Don't quote me on that because they changed it all. But in terms of the Open, no shocker. Basha Bears number 1. Liberty's number 3, though, Dale. Hamilton's ranked number 2 on this list.
Oh, that's right. So there's 12 teams that make the Open.
Oh, you know what? I see it right in front of me now. 12 teams make the Open, yes.
And then if you lose the opening round, you get to go back into the 6A.
You get to go back down. You get 2 chances at the playoffs this year for those guys. It's the same concept with 2A. 2A is a little bit different, but you play Camp Verde this week. You get another game for regular season, quote unquote, against another region's kind of matching up a good against good. And then the winner of that game gets a bye week going into the playoff. The loser goes right into the playoff. So you kind of get, it's basically playoff mode a little bit.
So there's going to be 24 teams in 2A that make the playoffs.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? But some will be knocked out like right away.
Well, and I think the top 8 will get a bye.
Yeah. And that's why you have to win that last game to get the bye.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're just trying to include more teams into this process.
Why? Why?
Don't ask me.
Participation trophy, what do you get?
I'm not going to lie to you, though, because I think the Open should just go away.
But anymore, it's all 6A.
Yeah, so just have it go away.
And remember, there are only 29 teams in 6A.
People don't know that. People think there's a ton of schools.
And so if there's 12 that make the Open, and then 16 that make,
well, that's why it goes up to the higher number in the 6A is because you got those other teams coming down. But like Mesa Jackrabbits, 3-3. Castile, 3-3 right now. Perry, 3-3.
Yeah.
They're going to make the 6A playoffs. I had that problem last year with Centennial. You can't win a championship with 3 wins, man. 3-7 going into the playoffs. What are we doing? What are we doing at this point? You got to at least be above 500 to make the playoffs, in my opinion. I don't get it. Do they get bigger payouts? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
But I do like what they're doing with the Open this year. You lose in that first round, you still get another chance at the playoffs. Come on, because here's the problem: whoever plays Basha, whoever plays Hamilton, and whoever plays Liberty, is probably getting their butt kicked.
Yes.
So that would just be a wasted playoff. So you get to go down then and then play in your division, and have another shot at it. I do like that they're doing that. If you're going to keep the Open around,
right?
I just don't. And the Open might not be bad for those. The problem is you got 3, maybe 4 if you include Chandler, maybe Brophy. You got 4 or 5 teams that are like an unworldly level compared to everybody else.
Well, the thing is, the Open was put into place because of schools like Saguaro,
who were 4A
at the time, and just killing 4A competition.
And you get your rankings. It used to be you got your A's based off of school size.
Right.
It's
And now,
changed a little bit.
Yeah, it's changed now by every 2 years the AA comes back and they look at your performance.
So that's why Saguaro was 4A. It is a smaller school, but they got the talent to go there. Allegedly. Why does every school you go to overperform because of money? Why is that?
Or they just overperform. Success follows.
But I saw people flipping out yesterday that Hamilton's ahead of Liberty in the rankings.
it will all be settled on the
The
football
best three
fan.
teams in the state are Basha, Hamilton, and
Yes.
Liberty. I mean, there's no doubt about
Yes.
it. Now, can a Brophy beat him? Can a Chandler maybe step up and beat him? It's possible.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
Brophy got beat by like
I know.
40 by
know.
Hamilton.
And then Pinnacle, Mountain View, Red Mountain. I saw Red Mountain play. I've seen Williamsfield play. I'm sorry, they're just not in the Basha, Hamilton, Liberty.
No, they're all.
It's good. They're gonna
definitively
get blown
couple
out by
steps
those guys.
down.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm not bashing them. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just you're not at that next step level up, and just so that why even have the open and have those guys? Then they get to lose in it and then step down. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense from that perspective. So I don't know though. If you can get into the open with a chance to win that first game, and worst case you lose and you got to play again, I don't know if that's a bad thing. For instance, the Queen Creek Bulldogs at 13th. Sneak into that open in that last. By the way, South Point Catholic is 12th there.
Okay.
So they're the only Tucson school in the top 12 of the open as of right now from that side. So yeah.
Wow. So the 2A state playoffs, they start on Halloween.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The schedules have been. Well, it starts on Halloween because, you got Camp Verde this week, that added on game the following week because there's no bye weeks. Yeah, and then if you lose that game on that 24th time frame that weekend, you have to play the next weekend in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you win it, you get the bye. Well, definitely SEA will get the bye. 8 teams, I think it is, get the bye. So you have the 31st off. You start on the 7th.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's quick. But the playoffs are also expanded by a week, too.
Yeah, because it used to be there were 16 teams.
Yes.
And now there's 24.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just like, what? It makes your head hurt a little.
Yeah.
But no, but that's why my schedule's all, normally you get through Halloween and then it's like, all right, I got 2A playoffs coming up. We got this, we got that. Now it's like, oh my God, I can't even get through Halloween. And I got to I've got people asking me to commit to stuff. And it's like, I might have a playoff game I got to go to. I don't know.
Got to. You got trick or treating.
I don't know.
SAA wins when you're
Maybe
there,
I'm just
when
using
you're
that.
not.
Maybe I'm just using that as an excuse to get out of the other thing. Dale.
It used to be you and Autumn were good luck charm. Now that doesn't really matter.
They've won every game I've been to.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
Who'd they lose to?
We lost to somebody last year because Autumn made a big deal out of it on Facebook. We're not the good luck charms anymore.
That's right, you did. Oh, it's Santan, the opening season. Yeah, it was Santan.
Are you sure?
You lost to Santan to start the season.
We did. We lost a lot of teams last year in the regular season.
Well, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, so that's where we are. We'll talk with Mike tomorrow about the 2A stuff and everything coming up on that side. 2026 NFL mock draft is out, Dale. We have one out there. Ready to break this down?
Why would you even click on that?
I'll tell you why in just a second.
Because your boy from ASU, is he still
I wanted to
first-round pick?
see where they were listed, yes. But first of all, New York Jets. Quarterback, Indiana, Fernando Mendoza. Look at this Indiana movement here. Now projected number 1 pick here in the 2026 mock draft at that point. By the way, Dante Moore, quarterback, Oregon. They say number 3 to Cleveland here.
They're going to take it.
They have the Ravens as a 2 pick right now. Yeah, another quarterback going to the Browns. The Ravens number 2 pick. Could you fathom the Ravens picking second in the NFL draft?
No.
Anybody?
No.
Yeah, they have them taking an edge out of Miami there for that side. That's why I clicked on it, because there are teams you just don't see in the front. Look at this, Miami Dolphins. They have them taking a safety out of Ohio State. Don't they have a quarterback, receiver issues, offensive line issues they got to deal with?
No, they don't. They got Tua. Players only meetings.
Brace yourself, everybody. Now, I already have a ton of New York Giants gear. I don't need to go buy new ones. Just got to pull it out with Cam Scattaboo there, my boy Jackson Dart. But more importantly, Cam Scattaboo. This mock draft from ESPN today. New York Giants picking 7th as of right now. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. The Giants are going to become the Dallas Cowboys of my youth, where they just draft everybody from Arizona State and put them on the team. Shante Carver, Danny White, everybody else on that team from there. So Arizona State fans might want to start investing in Giants gear. That's where they have them at right now.
Okay.
They have the Cardinals, by the way, taking an offensive tackle, Spencer Fano from Utah. We saw him dominate ASU last weekend as well. Nobody else in the first round from Arizona State, if you catch my drift. Somebody's fallen.
Amari Washington. He's supposedly going to the Chargers at number 21. He's a local kid. I remember he went to Liberty.
But he's at Oregon.
Yeah, he went to Liberty.
Yeah, he's a local high school kid. But he's at Oregon.
I'm now all the way down to 25, and I don't see any other ASU players.
No. Point is
27, 28, no. 29, no.
Number 10 has fallen.
Number 30, Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama.
Yeah.
And number 31.
Yeah. Did you see the quarterback names we just listed here in this mock draft? Yeah. That's why I clicked on it. I wanted to see.
You want to see if the basketball playing quarterback is still up there.
Yeah.
He might be back for another year, Stevie.
That's the question, right? I know we're kind of having fun with the basketball story. We've been told that kind of behind the scenes. But, man, they're denying it left and right. They're denying it beyond belief. It's just nobody believes he looked that good against TCU, and then all the stuff they said afterwards happened, and stuff to that effect, right? So that's where it gets to it. And they've left a lot of question marks out there with the way they've handled it. And they're just claiming it's honesty. And I made the point yesterday, well, it's not honest. Because he was probable on your injury report on Wednesday of last week, and then Thursday he's doubtful. You don't go from probable to doubtful in a day unless you're hurting before that. So I could understand if he was questionable on Wednesday and you move him to doubtful, but you don't go from probable to doubtful, boom, like that. It just does not happen in the sport unless something happens to you. So I have a lot of question marks on the truth side of things as well. They were kind of hanging in stuff like that. Well, yesterday, this will be, Kobe, just a heads up, this will be KD on Levitt coming up here. Levitt practiced yesterday. And it was out there. The reporters were not allowed to show any film or pictures below his knees yesterday. What does that also tell you, Dale, going into this?
Let there be open and honest.
It tells you they're making this up, right? Because why not? What's even if he's just standing there, you couldn't take a full picture and put it out yesterday. You'd lose your credentials.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I did not hear that.
According to Chris Cartman, I put that out on Twitter, and I had a conversation with somebody that goes over there and covers them. And they were told, no ankle shots or video of the ankle. What is that? That just goes to, all right, yeah. You guys are going to see it's not the TCU game. It's not the Baylor game that did this. It's just the way they're handling it. I know there's gamesmanships involved and
I
stuff.
understand that.
But if he's practicing and he looks good reportedly, what are we doing? Why can't you show it at that point, right? But Kenny Dillingham talked about Sam Levitt practice yesterday and how he looked.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a conversation here tomorrow morning in terms of what that looks like. I thought he moved around pretty good today. I thought he moved in the pocket a little bit today. Last week he never left the pocket, so we didn't really know. Today he moved around in the pocket, which was a positive, so he looked more like himself. So I think we'll have a conversation, and then by tomorrow, when the injury report's out, we'll disclose the honest truth again, and we'll see what rumors come about.
First of all, Sun Devil source. I ripped these all from Chris Cartman and his crew over there, 24/7 Sports is where you got that at. And I ripped them from him because a lot of people had those audios. Yes, he just had the best sound. So I got to give him props for that. Now, those are hard to get. You have to have the right setup, planes fly over, everything from that side. What I don't like about this is at the very end of it, and we'll see what rumors come out now when we're being honest about it. You keep referencing how honest you are, and you keep referencing the rumors that are coming out of it because you're being honest. The only reason you keep saying that stuff, and you heard the media laugh, The only reason you keep saying that is because you're trying to make people believe you're being honest. And they're just rumors that are out there, not the truth.
Well, if that did happen, you can't take pictures of him below his waist.
I got two people confirming. One on Twitter, and I didn't talk to Chris or anybody in his organization. I did talk to somebody else that said it was true. So I'm going to go with yes if two people said it.
Therein lies a lie, and
Yeah.
and actually, it's almost like you're wanting to perpetuate the people trying to guess what happened, how it happened, where it happened,
Yes.
how serious it is.
Yes.
Instead of just saying, no, you just film them like you have for a year and a half.
It's either it's what they say or it's not. I've been to a lot of practices. I've seen a lot of practices. I've covered a lot of practices. I've covered a lot of practices from afar like I do now. I don't go out there for the practices. I've done a lot of stuff around sports. One thing I've learned in my life, when you're purposely bringing stuff up all the time, it's like the guy that does something wrong and he just keeps bringing it. Like, oh, can you believe they thought I did that? Can you believe that? Well, it's because they did it, and they're just trying to make funny jokes about it and stuff like that. They're either being dishonest and the way it happened and they're trying to hide it, or they're purposely misleading everybody, like you said, to make people come up with these rumors and think about stuff like that. Neither one of those are being honest, folks.
Well, maybe.
I mean, that's about this, Dale.
Maybe Kenny Dillingham sat down with Jerry Jones. He said, "Hey, how do you get so much pop for the Cowboys? Hey, here's how you do it. Controversy. Controversy sells."
It doesn't feel right.
No.
It doesn't look right. It goes against we've had people be honest to us before in a collegiate level. I mean, Kenny Dillingham, everybody says he's the most honest guy on the planet. I don't doubt that at all. I watch a lot of this stuff, man, and nobody's handled it like this anywhere else. It just feels different. And then I was fine with everything he said in that thing. And it made perfect sense. And then at the end, we'll see what rumors come out tomorrow when we're really, really honest with everybody.
So was
my
it,
used car salesman radar just goes off.
So was it last week they were really honest, and this week they're going to be really, really honest?
It's just weird, man.
Yeah.
And also, he's playing this weekend. they're gonna slow play it up to the season. To the game. They're gonna slow play it up to the game of obviously it's Texas Tech. You got gamesmanship. They'll say they're not playing it, but that's fine.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand gamesmanship. I understand how all that works, and I don't look down at you. You do sometimes when you think people are being dishonest. I don't. I understand that part of it. I just
certain things.
I just the whole thing. Hey, he's a 20-year-old kid. He screwed up. He played basketball. He hurt himself. Whatever happened happened.
But I understand. I understand trying to hide that to protect him
Why?
in that environment. I understand that because people are ruthless, man. People are ruthless, so I can understand. But also, don't tell me how honest you are while you're also hiding it and trying to protect the kid on top of it. It's just, you guys know what I'm saying. It's just when you run around people and they're talking to you, you just get that vibe that they're just feeding you a line of bull.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this coaching staff right now going forward. Forget about what I've heard. Forget about all the rumors out there. Forget about all of that stuff. The way they're talking throws a red flag up. If I was talking to just a regular human being and they kept bringing something up over and over, insisting how honest they are, you go, all right, there's something up with this guy. It's a little off. And I don't get why. That's the thing. I don't get why they're doing it from that perspective. So that's what KD said on Levitt yesterday. And I do think he's playing this weekend, which then begs my question. 1 week off and he's better? If he couldn't move out of the huddle 2 days ago, but yesterday he could move out of the huddle, out of the pocket a little bit. Now they got to reevaluate today and talk about it. That feels weird to me too.
Well, you sprain your ankle doing something other than playing football during the bye week.
I love how you keep bringing that up.
This would be 2 weeks out, correct?
Yes.
You're 20 years old. You heal a hell of a lot quicker than you do when you're 40.
I mean, I'll put it this way. if he's practicing this week and taking number 1 reps, which he was doing yesterday, and they did that last week, and they determined he wasn't going to play,
Right.
he's not far off, which goes to my point. They punted on the Utah game. They were just like weather, everything on that side. And Dale, I questioned the psyche of the team on Friday going into Utah. That was before we knew how bad the weather was going to be. We knew it was a good possibility of bad, but it was worse than we thought it was going to be Saturday night. I'd like to thank people for paying attention to this show and asking the questions that we are asking. Because I don't hear a lot of people asking what we're asking. I listen to a lot of sports stuff around town. Somebody yesterday, and I wish I knew who this was. I wish I did. Hey, KD was asked on the psyche of the team with Levitt out. Kobe, it's going to be this one in just a second. Now, because I questioned it. I go, you find out Sam Levitt can't play. You're going to a hostile environment. Rain. It ends up being, rain/slow. Lightning delays the game. The crowd's going nuts. Miserable 38 degrees. We're not built for that here in Arizona. So I questioned the psyche going into that game. Kenny Dillingham was asked that specific question on the psyche of the team after finding out the Levitt news. Let's see what he has to say on this.
Not at all. Not at all. That's an excuse. At the end of the day, the quarterback has nothing to do with moving people forward and backwards. Has nothing to do with tackling. To say the emotional change, that's softness. If that's a reason for losing, then we're going to lose a lot of games here when I'm the head coach, if that's the culture we're creating. There are no excuses. Like, you get your butt kicked, come out here, you change something so you don't get the same result, because that's not who defines us. Like I said, unless we allow it to define us, how do you change it? You work harder. You practice more physical. It's not rocket science. You do the things you weren't good at. And unfortunately, when you weren't good last week at tackling, you have to tackle mid-season, which is not something you normally like to do. But I guess over time, I've allowed it get to a point where we have a game like that, which means we need a correction. And I think today was just a correction to get back on board in the right direction of how to build a program.
So he's got another clip coming up I'm going to play for you. So some of that was referencing that. But, Dale, the quarterback being out doesn't affect the team at all, does it?
Well, two things. The way I look at that. Number one, if the team knew he was going to be out all week, I don't think it has that much of an effect on it.
I don't know. I don't care who you are. I'm not knocking Jeff Sims here. Maybe I am, but I don't mean to. He's not Sam Levitt.
No, he's not. But if
the team knows he's not Sam Levitt.
What I'm telling you is that in games, I'll just go with the Cowboys, not even go back to college.
Troy couldn't be in there, and Jason Garrett had to go in. Let's just say that.
If we had all week to work on it, guess what? Once the game started, it didn't matter who the quarterback is.
Because you had already reconciled you were without the better quarterback.
And at the end of the day, a little bit of what he said, at the end of the day, if I'm the right guard, if I'm the right tackle, if I'm the center, I still got to block my guy.
Well, I agree, but
and whatever happens behind me,
you go into a game.
I have no control over.
You go into a game defeated, though. You're not going to go in and play well.
No. And see, again, that's a Dobson feeling. That's a Dobson mindset.
I watched them play on Saturday night. They did not show up and didn't want to be there from the start.
I'm just saying a success, and that's where I think he was getting at. Now, again, I think whenever a head coach brings up the word softness.
Wait till you see the next clip.
Whenever a head coach brings up the word softness.
Yeah, it hit me yesterday.
In football.
Yeah.
That's a complete slap in the face to the offensive and defensive lines. And he's sending you a message. And hopefully you hear that. Because, again, like I just got through saying, if I'm the right tackle, and I pass block my dude perfectly for 40 plays, and I run block for 25 plays, I can't control what's going on behind me.
Absolutely.
And it should not affect. I'm not trying harder or less hard because
you shouldn't.
Jason Garrett's the quarterback. Or
it's like when you go out on a date, Dale. I'm gonna do this analogy. It's been a while since you've done it. But you're all over Tinder and you're checking it out and you see the profile and you guys match up and you're talking and you're like, wow, this is who I'm going out with. Sweet, let's go do that. Then you show up and she looks like the lady from Monsters, Inc. It's just all of a sudden you're not into it anymore. Like you just lose your momentum. And you're mailing it in at that point. That's what happened to ASU on Saturday night.
Oh, I like my explanation. If you're the right tackle, block your damn guy.
But if you're mentally, you already feel like you've lost the game for whatever reason, which is what it looked like they did, it's there, Dale. That's the problem. Then he referred to some practice yesterday. So yesterday, and you heard the word soft in that clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is fact. What have I been saying since like week 3, maybe? I've been saying the coaching staff's the problem here. I think the coaching staff was reading the tea leaves, was reading the papers. They were so worried about Levitt and Tyson and these players reading how great they were that they wouldn't perform. And it was after, I want to say week 3. It might have been week 2. I came in and said, I think the coaching staff's an issue. They've been reading their news. They've all been thinking they're just going to show up and call all these great plays and things are going to happen. And they didn't perform. They didn't get these guys to perform to start the season. I've said that for several weeks now. Kenny Dillingham, thanks for paying attention finally. Kenny Dillingham yesterday, folks. Here he goes.
That was a good day. We tackled live today. Thought the intensity of the day, I think I've gotten a little bit soft with a veteran group, and that's 100% on me. I think that it's showing up too much on tape, and so we kind of changed how we practiced with a lot more. We got guys with green jerseys that can't contact, took them out, and said the guys that can practice, we're tackling, we're playing physical, and we're going to play the guys who can practice and can get out there and play full speed.
And I will tell you this: it's one of those things.
Soft.
It's one of those things that, again, he's a young coach, and you've heard me tell the stories about Jimmy, where when we were going good, we were rocking and rolling. There were games that we won that you'd leave the film room on a Monday and go look at each other, and go, did we just get our ass beat, or did we actually win yesterday?
Yeah.
Because that's when he told his coaches, you pick apart every little thing.
Absolutely.
And then if we would lose a game, hey, we got a game this week. But the easiest thing, let me finish.
Yep.
The easiest thing to do is when you start having a little success, is you let little things go. And all of a sudden, you win 4 games, and you got all the headlines. That step, it didn't cost us this game, or that miss route, or that bad play, or didn't cost it, but it will when you play Utah, or when you're fixing to get your ass kicked by Texas Tech.
That's what we've been saying. You can get down 14 points, 17 points at TCU and come back and win that.
Yes.
You can get down 17 points and almost beat Mississippi State. You ain't doing that against Texas Tech this weekend. Right. You can't do it against that. But, I even see that. To go to SCA's point, I see their game film and everything, and I see a lot of their notes that they put in there. They're winning a lot of games this year, and they're pointing out stuff in film and saying, you got to do this better. We got to do this better. We're going to work on this week. Coaches have to do that.
Now, do you put your own notes in there?
No, I do not. I message the players directly.
Oh, you do?
I go right to the source. No. No, but all serious. But this is what I've been complaining about all year. This coaching staff has let the standards slip. They don't have the toughness on this team. You could say Cam Scatterby was a toughness, and I'd agree with you 100%. But again, it goes to that point. Yeah, Cam could open up some holes last year that weren't there that they're not doing this year. The offensive line's not playing the same. The defensive line isn't playing the same. Same toughness. They're getting dominated in these games. It's not just Utah. Go to the other games. The starts are slow. That comes down to coaching and getting ready for games. I remember at one point here on this program, I said, man, Kenny Dillingham's doing a lot of media appearances at the beginning of this season that he wasn't doing last year. I know he doesn't sit there and do stuff. He's got other coaches to do it, but that's different, right? That's different than what you're used to. How's it being ignored? And he said it right there. we haven't been doing our jobs of coaches on these guys to get them ready for these games. I think the problem has been, and it's their young staff, like you said. I think they've now realized they're young. They thought they would just walk in and win some games this year, Dale, and with what they got. And now they've realized, oh, my God, we have to actually work at this to sustain it. Young coaching staff, it's possible that that's happened. And they have to go to tackling in the season and get physical again and have to come down on the veterans harder. That's an indication on the coaching staff, not the players.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you there. Again, I don't. Coaches put you in a position to win or lose games by calling plays.
Well, and practice during the week.
By calling plays. If you're not a physical dude, you don't want to come off the ball and hit somebody, whether you make me hit more during the week or not, it's not going to have any impact on me.
But these guys show that they're physical.
In fact, you beat me up during the week.
That's the problem.
Then all of a sudden on Saturday and or Sunday, and my body's hurting from practice on Wednesday, that could have a adverse effect on me. But this is where all this comes from. The physicality. I can make you tackle for an hour straight. You run to that wall, Steve, you break down, and you explode through it. Bang, get up.
Yeah.
We're going to do it again. Run down, bang. And then come Saturday, if you don't want to hit somebody, you're not going to hit anybody.
So I agree with that.
And that's why I've always said the last year and a half with both programs, ASU and the Cardinals, I thought they were accumulating the right guys who loved the game, who would run through a brick wall for their brother.
That's my point. It's
and
the
I
same
don't
team.
see that for either team now.
But for the ASU, at least, Cardinals changed some guys. I told you that. Gardak's gone. Kazir White's gone. The heart of that defense, besides Buda Baker and the toughness of that defense, is missing.
Well,
right now.
ASU lost their heart and soul.
They lost the running back, right? That's what I'm saying. So, but the line is different now. The line isn't as physical. And it's just like, it doesn't happen unless you take your foot off the standard from the beginning of the season. We talk about this on the baseball perspective. When your coach lowers the standards and lets you get away with stuff early in the season or preseason, right? We got to ramp up to the playoffs. We're going, it's a 162 game season. We got to ramp up into the season. I don't care how competitive you are. You're going to go, we need to ramp up into this season. We need to do this. We need to do that. They're a couple weeks late on that physicality effort. Now, is it going to equate to them being more physical against Texas Tech? We'll have to see, Dale. I question it like you do. It's the players that get to that point. But you can't dispute the fact, and Kenny just acknowledged it there, they have been soft as a coaching staff on their players this year.
Uh-huh. Well,
now they're like, we need to fix this. We messed up in this first 5 weeks of the year. We need to fix this and do what we need to do and set our standard there again. Their standard has slipped this year from a coaching staff perspective. And that's okay. It's just now they're fixing it, hopefully.
You're a big press conference guy. Did you hear a little bit why his motivation changed? Because they had a veteran team.
Yes.
And so he had trust in them.
He thought they were going to show up.
And that can be an honest mistake for a young coach, but understand this.
Yeah.
But understand this.
Yeah.
As soon, I'll say 75% of football players, as soon as you lower your standards / expectations, players are going to meet those.
No,
now, great ones.
It's not just football players. It's anything.
We're talking football now. Yeah. But I'm just saying, the great ones, I'm not saying I was great. I didn't give a damn what the other 10 guys were doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job. I'm going to do as good as I can. I'm going to be as physical as I can every single play.
Michael Irvin didn't matter. He was going out there and playing hard no matter what.
Yes, he didn't care. Yeah. Now, he was great. I wasn't great. But I'm just saying.
Hey, we think you're great.
Autumn thinks I'm great.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
That is true.
Yeah.
She counts more than I.
But take personal accountability on your own And again, I'm not just saying the offensive line. It's sticking to my
I
mind.
know, because that's
Not
what
only are they not physical this year, but they have bad technique.
yeah,
And I watched some of these guys,
yeah.
and they're in positions that I'm like, and I'll say one last thing, and then you can
No,
go.
no, go ahead.
My
it out, man.
offensive line coach, sometimes I know you get tired of hearing it, but we have new listeners all the time. My offensive line coach at Dallas, Hudson Alcohol, always told us, hey, if it's one player screwing up, bad technique, doesn't know the plays, then it's that player.
Mm-hmm.
If it's more than one guy, it's usually the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching the entirety of the 5 guys. I know there's been some changes and some things.
Oh, big one this week with Ben being out.
But some of the technique that I see and the body positions I see these guys get into and not coming off the football, that starts with the coaching staff and personal accountability.
Somebody on the offensive side of the line, I'm not going to single out offensive coordinator, offensive line, whatever, has allowed the standard to slip in terms of that blocking. So you focus on the offensive line because that's what you did, right, and everything. I look at it as a team as a whole. You see it all just slipping down, the physicality on the Udo's a physical running back, right? And it's like they're keeping him from doing it, and when he does it, then they pull him out, stuff to that effect. And I honestly believe, and I've said it how many times on the Cardinals side, the young coaching staff, I think the coaching, and I'm not going to put it all on the coaching staff, and like I said, it sounds like I'm being negative, but it's a learning experience because they are so young. They showed up and were like, we have a very talented, everybody came back. Nobody else in the country has what we have coming back this year.
Had a playoff team.
We just have to show up and they didn't wake up one day and be like, I don't have to do my job today. It's not that negative. But human nature, especially when success is new to you, is, oh, we can do that again. It's actually harder to do it the next year than it was the first year you did it. And the coaching staff hopefully has realized what I've been complaining about for 3 weeks now. Maybe they now realize we let our standards slip. We need to get back. So whether that's stop doing interviews in the middle of the week, with Jim Rome and those guys, which those have gone away because of the way they're playing, and it's focusing more on the fundamentals now. Now, I question if you can fix that stuff in the middle of a season, but at least it seems like they've recognized what we recognized here 3-4 weeks ago. Just the fundamentals haven't been there. The play calling hasn't been there from Aurora. The defense, same talent as last year, and they've regressed. Regression on this level, to me, means something has happened. And it's something unrecognizable, to be honest with you. I'm not saying they needed to come into the season and somebody go, whoa, our standards have slipped. It happens gradually. And like you said, Kenny was like, hey, veteran squad, they know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason why you're a coach is because your job is to make sure they know what they're doing.
And here's the last thing I'm going to say about this, and then we can move on. You blew through our break and all that, but
Talking a lot.
The fact is, physicality is a player thing. If you either have it or you don't.
You can't teach it.
You either like to hit people or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And if your kid, they're kids, they're 20 years old, and you don't like to hit people, you can talk about it. You can do drills. You can do what. For 100 years, coaches have tried to find ways to make kids more physical.
Levi Brown's my example, right, for the Cardinals. The guy hated playing football.
but more physical. And it doesn't work. It's an innate thing if you want to hit people.
Yeah.
And so the stark change between last year, not one time last year, either the Cardinals or ASU, did I ever come in here on a Monday and go, they were out physicaled. The other team didn't hit as hard as ASU. I never ever said ASU got out hit last year.
Coaches for the opposing teams last year were saying, these guys hit hard. These guys are physical. We have to match their level of play. Is anybody saying that this year?
I heard one.
I haven't heard it. I watch a lot of post-game press conferences and press conferences leading up to games of opponents. I haven't heard any this year.
No.
Now, that might be a byproduct as you know what's coming, right, and stuff to that effect. But it just goes to the whole thing, and this possibly is a giant learning curve here for a young coaching staff going through this in the first time, right? And it's a negative in terms of how they're playing and how frustrated the fan base is, and I'm sure they're super frustrated. I don't remember. Did Kenny say in that clip there that it's standing out on film? I don't remember if he said that in that clip. He didn't?
No.
So there was another part of the press conference where he said...
Oh, no, he did.
Oh, he
Actually,
did? Okay, so that was the one? Yeah, and it's just... we see it live watching the game. We see it on television watching that Utah game last week. They said it right after the game and stuff to that effect. And if it's jumping out on the film to us, just imagine how bad it looks to them with their standard. And the question now would be, hey, maybe they've recognized it. How do you fix it in season? Good luck to you. Because I'm a firm believer of it's hard to put people back on the rails when they go off of it halfway through a season.
What I will also tip my cap to and give Dillingham credit for is they've recognized it. He's addressed it.
Mm-hmm.
He talked to reporters about it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say, "Oh, we don't see anything wrong." Nothing's changed since last year.
I'm as negative as I've been on Dillingham with this quarterback problem. I got to give him credit, man. Yeah. He is flat out doing it. Because Jonathan Gannon, on the other hand, there's no problems. I have no problems with that.
He has to play this a little bit better.
Yeah. We just got to go back to what's been working. Nothing's been working as they go through that. So, commercial-free second hour here of the main event because Dale's yakking over here.
Wow.
I'm not used to Dale talking so much. I actually went to interrupt him one time because I just assumed he'd be done talking. Yeah, he just kept going. Like, dang. I got yelled at yesterday for interrupting too much, by the way.
By somebody that we both know?
Yes. It's terrible.
You do that sometimes.
I know. I get on a roll.
No. Sometimes you just start talking while me or Autumn in the middle of sharing our intimate feelings with you.
Weird. Flash Gordon chimes in on the text line, 623-252-6670. He says, Steve, and I'll move to NFL. He says, Steve, you guys mentioned a possible trade for the Cardinals running backs. I don't remember if we mentioned that. Maybe he mentioned it because the rumors are out there to do it. He says, have you heard anything? He says he's seen rumors of Alvin Kamara. Actually, Bruce brought it up yesterday, right? Bruce Cooper brought it up.
Well, he said he would have drafted him.
Go get Breece Hall and guys that are on bad teams. I think they have the cap space. The way Alvin Kamara, he's injury prone right now, though. But is that a byproduct of him playing for the Saints and just, hey, we're getting our butts kicked every week. Maybe I need some time off.
Aren't the Cardinals getting their butts kicked every week?
I'm being sarcastic here. I'm just attacking Alvin Kamara for no reason whatsoever. But in my opinion, you have the space. This has been disappointing to me the last year, especially with the Cardinals. You need help on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Your draft picks aren't working out. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have zero faith that Monty's drafting guys that are going to come in and affect this team next year.
Last 2 first-round picks are not diddly squat.
You can go even far. Well, last 3. Darius Robinson, was he a second?
He was a first-round pick.
Yeah, so Marvin Harrison.
Walter Nolan.
Darren Johnson, Robinson, and then Walter Nolan.
Darius.
Oh, Darius. But you got to count Marvin in there, too.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to make sure I was correct on that. I have no faith that he can pick high draft pick. Go get a guy that has proven himself to be good in the NFL. Not great, possibly good. You give up your first-round draft pick for that guy, you got a guy that's coming in here that's proven himself in the NFL. You're not taking a chance on a college kid that might or might not make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the Cardinals. Draft picks are bust most of the time in the NFL. Go around the league. A lot of the stars today were guys that weren't drafted or they were drafted in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. And everybody in front of them is out of the league in 3 or 4 years, 5 years. So it's not just him. I like when Jerry Jones did that. Who did he go? He went and got that Raiders receiver that one year and gave up the draft pick. I just completely forgot his name. Go get the proven guy that can show he can play in the NFL. Go get him. Give up those draft picks. That's how I would do it if I was the Cardinals. Not just running back, by the way.
Well,
Receivers.
especially
You have
if you think you're going to be a 8, 9, 10 win team
Mm-hmm.
because your draft pick's going to be at the 20 level. It's another
Well,
thing if
that's
you're
true, too.
Cleveland or
Yeah, you're the
Jets,
number 1 pick. Yeah, number 1 pick. I ain't
Yeah,
giving that draft
You
pick
know,
up. I ain't giving up a top fiver.
no.
But that's how I would handle it. I mean, yeah, Alvin Kamara's been a rumor. Brees Hall's been a rumor there with the Jets. I like him a lot, but I just don't know if you want that Jets stink anywhere near your organization. Can they do anything right?
Well, you can wipe that stink off really quick with a couple
Can you?
100-yard gains.
Here's the other side of it, right? They have the room. They have the money. They have the draft capital. Do it. Show you are willing to improve this team. Maybe they can't. Maybe the owner says you can't do it, but I'm not going to allow you to do it. What's the worst case? You go into next year with a rehabbed Connor, who's now over 30. You have like a Brees Hall, let's say, an Alvin Kamara. You have another guy you went out there and got that performs well the rest of this year. Trey Benson's coming back from the injury as well, right? And see how he does at the end of the year. What's the worst case? You have a hard decision to make next year? That's what you want, isn't it? This is the problem with sustained success. You start to relax. You start to bring your buddies in. You start to go, oh, that guy's good, right? That's what did Ken Wisenhunt in. It was like, oh, I got my buddies coming in and playing. They're going to play hard for me. Well, they don't. It turns out they don't. When you lower those standards. So I don't know. I would make a move. I would at least explore moves. I have a feeling this trade deadline coming. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of NFL trades, which we traditionally don't see. They picked up the last couple of years.
They have.
I think we're going to see a lot of trades this year. People unloading people at their bad to get the salary dump off of their thing and then just rebuild from there. I have a feeling it's coming.
The one big question mark I have about what you just spewed about for 5 minutes. Sustained success?
Yeah.
Where?
Who?
That's what I'm asking. You're talking about the Cardinals. You're talking about Wisenhunt. You're talking.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
There's been no sustained success in any sports
Well,
organization in Arizona for the history of Arizona sports.
Ken Wisenhunt went to the Super Bowl, and that wasn't a great team.
At 7-9.
I know, but then the next year he shows up, and he's like, I got my buddies here. I don't have to coach them. They'll do what they want out there. And you're fired. Ken Wisenhunt was best friends with him. Ken Wisenhunt was best friends with
a couple games.
Ken Wisenhunt
year.
was. I mean, not Ken Wisenhunt. The guy in Washington now, the offensive coordinator. He comes in here and he's best friends with all the players, so none of them want to play hard for him or anything. It's just
sustained
stop.
success.
No, that's why don't have it. Is people do this all the time. Hopefully, the ASU coaching staff has learned the lesson. Jonathan Gannon, I think, needs to learn this lesson as that team has regressed as well. Dale, I'm tired of you yelling at me today.
It's just
ALCS.
It's maddening.
I wasn't saying there was sustained success. I'm saying that's what keeping us.
Well, that's what came out of your mouth.
They're keeping us from the sustained success with coaching issues that creep their ugly heads up and standards.
I don't mind need to talk because certain things you don't mean to say, you say, and other things.
I'm going to have to go
you
back
mean,
and listen to that and figure out what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Just do something.
Who
something,
cares
Monty.
about the ALCS?
You've got the time. You've got the money. You've got the draft capital. Go get somebody that makes you make a hard decision next. Wouldn't that be great if they have to decide between Connor, Hall, or Kamara next year coming out of training camp because they can't keep 4 of them because they all want money and they all deserve money? Wouldn't that just be nice to have to make that decision for once? I think it would.
How about, hey, we got to make a decision between Kyler Murray and Pat Mahomes. We're not sure which one we're going to choose.
Mahomes is on the downside of his career. I don't
want
him. The ALCS, 5:08 p.m. tonight. Must win here for Toronto.
Oh, it's
obviously coming in. Oh, yeah, if they don't win this one,
it's not
over.
a must-win till it's an elimination game, Steve.
For cranky, surly Dale over here. Look at that. Dale makes fun of me for watching all of those coaches' stuffs and everything.
You get me in a bad mood.
He gets all fired up because of that side of things.
We can't have good things.
Don't lower the standard. Why do you think I'm hard on you all the time about this show? Is I don't let the standards drop. We should probably have standards before we can let them drop.
Before
right?
you start lowering them.
We'll be back tomorrow, folks. Don't forget, Coach Sheehan, Scottsdale Christian Academy, a bird's eye view is Coach's show tomorrow morning, right at the top of the hour there at 8 o'clock. And then, of course, Lou tomorrow as well. So busy guest day
Hold
tomorrow.
on, is this a romantic getaway with Sheehan
No,
and his wife?
the kids are going
The
to.
kids are going
Everybody.
to.
I think that's why he was concerned about doing it from the car. Just throw iPads at your kids. They'll shut up and do whatever.
Oh, great parenting advice. There he is, right there. Right there. Our future.
Let me break out my greatest
Dad of the year.
my greatest dad mug.
Out of the year. Just give him some whiskey and a couple iPads.
All you got to do. My day, you just threw some snakes on the ground and let them play with those. Let's see you tomorrow, folks. Macomb Business coming up at 11, of course, and then Pit Stop will be tomorrow as well. But The Real Matrix, today at noon, is coming out, 4th episode, Robat TV, YouTube as well, free podcast system. Check it out if you're interested in that. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Maybe Dale will be in a better mood.